Welcome back to Repo Rethink Politics, where we jump into what's current right now and a couple of things that we want to talk about. Security. So, Philadelphia, they shooting cops in Philly right now today.
Yeah.
That's it on Twitter? Yeah.
I saw that. What is that?
They shooting cops. Six of them got shot. Not
I'm
fatally.
waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, but everybody wondering if he's black or white, but it looks like in a little black neighborhood.
Philly.
Right.
It's Philly.
Right.
It's Philly.
It's like a black neighborhood.
That had black dude kind of written all over. It's like he's hard.
It's Philly. Cops was shot. Yeah.
He's holed up in the house.
Yeah.
You taking me?
He's not in a tower.
Trapped inside the house.
Yeah.
You taking me, bro?
He's not in a whole tower somewhere. Oh, fucking yeah.
Hey. Oh, my God. And I know this is terrible, but I was like, man, this nigga ain't like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, this is just getting ridiculous, and nobody wants to do
God.
anything with guns and shit.
Bruh.
But, man, he's like popping off, and this is fucked up.
Yeah, homies not missing.
So does he have hostages?
So they don't. So they saying they don't even know if there's hostages. They don't know if it's more than one shooter. They don't know if there's anyone injured inside the place. They have no sight of anything right now. All they know is when they get close, he starts shooting motherfuckers again.
This is like a movie. It says they got a negotiator with a loudspeaker trying to end the whole thing.
They gotta
peacefully.
do something because he's tripping.
They about to give him Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I think it's a black dude. I think
it is.
I think he in there just having a conversation. I think.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
Yeah.
look, man, I gotta shoot these
snap.
cops because they're gonna kill me. Yeah, I think they will.
Shit is crazy, bro.
I think they will, but
They just they stun him with a grenade.
Oh, what?
Okay, all right. This shit is crazy. Yeah.
Man.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm just.
I don't know,
Damn.
bro. But that's
I hope
happening.
everybody-
By the time y'all read this, listen to
I know.
this. Yeah, this
Yeah,
happened
I hope
today.
but I hope the officers, they it's not life threatening.
No,
right?
no,
Nah.
there's no
All right,
fatals.
cool,
No
good,
fatals.
good,
So
good.
he's a good sharpshooter or they got good armor on.
Armor, one of the two. I'm like,
Yeah,
God
so
damn.
thank goodness for that. You know, if black people could only walk around with armor, I think we'd be okay.
It's still active.
Yeah. So
That might
it's
be
still
the
at an
next-
active scene.
Yeah, as
Wow.
of 18 minutes ago.
Damn.
So,
Damn.
Wait, they're
But-
trapped in the house? That's crazy. All right, let's move
but
on. from
but
that.
same thing happened
hack.
today.
No, we gotta talk about the hack.
Oh, the hack. The hack.
movie.
Go ahead, man. You the hot.
So-
You the hot boy. Go ahead.
Yeah, you I think Mike, you mentioned you text us, it was like, hey, we gotta watch this shit. So watched it, and they basically just talked about how careless Facebook was with its data, and like if one person signed up for this survey that Cambridge Analytica started, it was like this fake ass personality test. I mean, it was real, but
Yeah.
that wasn't like the real.
That wasn't the
application.
intent. That wasn't the intent.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like if one person does that, then basically it gets your data and all of your friends. So if you share it and then your friends share it, so you can, you get this huge multiplier effect. And it's like they was able, just from a data perspective, like build up this huge data set and build algorithms against it. And
Right.
what they did was, I mean, which is very clever, based off this data, they targeted precincts. So it's kind of like just within certain states, all you need is to flip a couple of precincts and you're going to win. Because instead of
so
winner take all,
remember the algorithms showed that whole state, and there was just certain points in the state,
Right.
and that's what the algorithms found, and it was only those certain
Yeah.
points that they had to target.
And the interesting thing about this was this actually started from like some government contractor training, and then they're training like military or some shit like that, State Department, and then it evolved into elections, and they did like an election in, I forget where it was, but not India, but it was somewhere. And
Yeah, it was another. It was an African country, wasn't it?
it was an African country, but it was the idea was it started like a campaign to say, hey, don't do any. It was pushing the idea of hey, the government isn't for you. They're not trying to help us. Basically disengage, but
and
as a cool way.
and they focused it on the younger voters
Mm-hmm.
because they said
And
those voters wasn't the ones that was actually being, participating in the voting process. So
right.
that's why they focused on them.
And basically certain households voted that they counted that they knew they would, whereas some people will buy into the message and whatnot, and it led to a certain winner. They were involved in Brexit, some of pushing that, and
Yep.
yeah, so it's like these people really,
Yeah.
essentially, were instrument. You could argue instrumental. Of course, Steve Bannon was one of the founders or involved in this company, and they
Cambridge
helped.
Analytica, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
helped Trump win, and it followed the story of one of the people, one of the employees, and just
That
the rise
lady,
and fall
right?
of the
That
company.
was trying to
She
hide
was,
from everybody.
and she was really interesting. She was
Yeah,
really
she
like
was.
really complex in terms of like her ideology and again her identity. At what point does her identity come from you or your environment? So I think she's a perfect example of, depending on what you go, where you are in life, and what pressures, financial pressures you have, and you need to make money, get a high paying job.
Yeah, because what was
You
it? Her dad got sick, and
something,
they
you know what I'm
they
saying?
lost almost everything. And
Yeah,
then the
and
day she got the job was the day she was able to start paying for things. So she did anything in order to save her family. And
you can't knock that.
you
You
can't.
kind of hate you hate for, and I personally, I mean, just the way I grew up, and I family is important, but I just hate because the single parent households, which is tough, and this can be looking back, it was kind of like, damn, like so much was asked for me growing up, and I hate when when you're an adult, it's like the parents are like, we need you to do X Y Z, but X Y Z is like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yep.
like, well, damn, what I can't really fault her for doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd affect the world, but she was trying to do the right thing for her family, and initially it wasn't bad, but it grew to that point,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Well,
interesting. Go ahead.
can we just take a step back because I haven't seen the documentary. So is it basically covering the Cambridge Analytics story? Is that
Mm.
basically what that was?
Yeah, and basically the story of how data was used,
Right.
and how Facebook was just careless in their data
Right.
governance. They didn't have any data governance, but when they got fined or they had to testify, Congress, we all remember, didn't really.
They
They
didn't
should have
even know
got
what
hit
to
with a
ask. Yeah.
way bigger fine and really didn't, you know.
I'm a little disappointed in it then because I feel like we already, well, at least I do, I already know that story.
Nah, but this
Does it
really
go
hit.
deeper?
Yeah, it goes a
Yeah, they
lot
hit like the
deeper.
nuances.
It,
Yeah,
All
so
right.
talk to the
mhm.
people, how the company was started. Like it was good. It was
It was
great.
a lot of
Yeah.
old shit moments on there, and
Yeah.
it was so targeted to a point that it shocked the hell out of me, because the one guy who started looking at it, he just wanted his data, and he was a professor, and he was trying to say, hey, where does your data go? And he started it with Facebook, and then from Facebook, that's where he went into the Cambridge Analytics. And one of the things that was so, I mean, extraordinary to me was they were able to target it to you. You know what I mean? They pulled so much data that anytime, it wasn't like all over the internet. It was just when you cut yours on, it showed, white people hate you, and these white people are
Right.
beating up black people, and it gets you to start
Riled
going
up.
against it. But it's only going to you. So
It's
then when
programmed
you
to
get it,
you. Yeah.
exactly, and then
So basically,
you,
like your YouTube. So based
yep,
on like your YouTube history,
Yeah.
your recommendations are based on that. So
yep,
it was interesting basically to see how
Yeah.
persuadable you are. So they was able to say they was able to calculate based on your data. Hey, this person is X% persuadable,
mm-hmm,
and it was interesting to see
Right.
like how many people. And again, it's like these different places we're talking about: Charlotte, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Texas. How many people see themselves as saying, "Oh, I'm independent. I'm strong-minded. I'm not." I can't be manipulated or influenced, but clearly people were.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, are these just old people who aren't computer literate, or
Are they
are
young
people
people
just
that's very
right?
impressionable? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So that piece of it was very interesting as well.
So that okay, because I feel like we had that conversation before,
Yeah.
and we could probably queue up our conversation from like, over a year ago when we
Mm-hmm.
were talking about Cambridge Analytics, because this kind of fits in with what I do,
Yep.
with user
Uh oh.
experience, the UX, and you build a persona and you build that profile based off of a user's tendencies and
Yep.
how their interactions is. So it's you build an application, whatever you're building, it's product design. You build that application based off of tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
This user does this, user A likes to do this, and you can anticipate what they're going to do based off of what their trends are. You can build a pattern, you can build that profile. So it sounds like it's that. But when you have that data, you can build millions of different personas, and you have damn near a community, or better yet, a country.
Mm-hmm.
That you can.
A country is a better word.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, when you have millions, yeah. So it's just that's interesting to me because I'd like to actually hear from them and see,
Yep.
okay, what did you guys do versus, because there's already kind of an algorithm out there.
But that's
It's
why I
just
kind of wanted you to
Facebook.
see it,
You know,
though. I really
yeah, I
wanted you to
haven't seen
see
it.
that because I've known you touched on that and you know about the algorithms and you've dealt with companies like that. So for you to see how the election was manipulated, my segue to that when you watch that was, can it continue, and is there any safeguards to say
No.
this can't continue? That I know, bro, but I just really, I wanted you to see it to comment off
I
it,
know. I
other
haven't
than knowing
seen it, but
knowing the
not yet.
facts. And you already gave us the facts, but goddamn, you just I was like,
No.
I don't need to
No.
see it. I lived it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
No.
No, you can't because that's data. I mean, we put so much shit in our homes. I mean, all the Alexa stuff, Siri,
The
all that
microphones,
stuff.
yeah, man.
oh,
Yeah, I mean,
so did you hear the thing what Facebook did?
Oh,
how
they
people are listening to
eavesdropping on
messaging.
our messages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So once
I
you
don't use that
sign up
shit
to,
though.
I never use that.
yeah. I'm not surprised, but I think the government's been doing it way before
I
that.
mean,
But
well, Snowden confirmed that shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once you heard that, then it was just like, oh, okay, well then fuck it, because you got apps,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
we're
Well,
supposed to trust them.
I won't say that. The government is one thing, but service agreement. Do you agree? And actually, that's the one. It was one thing I read it, and I was like, God damn, this is
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it was just
Nobody reads that stuff. Yeah.
those
I trust
service
Apple, by
agreements.
the way. I will say that. I
Well,
kind of.
To a certain
Apple has been
extent.
fucking up.
Yeah, right. Not
Well,
fully.
they just with their security, they haven't been trying to steal data, but just in terms of like making sure their shit is patched. But
Yeah.
by and large, I trust the business model, and their business model,
Yeah.
at least right now, is selling hardware, selling certain services. Like Google is search. Like they're a data company, and they
Yeah.
give a lot of shit for free. Give away a lot of shit for free. So at some point, you got to say, okay, how they're making money, and it comes from ads, and so it's like that makes
It's
sense.
your data. That's where they make their money.
Exactly.
From.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft,
Yeah.
with Windows 10 is like
I don't trust them.
Microsoft gets a lot of
Never.
data from Windows 10, and you got to like block ports to turn it off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, with Apple, it's like it's whatever. They're just like, hey, here's the operating system, here's your shit, do what you want. So I fuck with that.
Yeah, definitely fuck with that. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's what got me with that. I was, and when I saw it, it reminded me. And you're right. It was about a year ago. You was kind of explaining the issues and like, yeah, this is what these algorithms do. And when you seeing this, white people see black people doing crazy shit. Black people see white people coming after them and police shootings and just false shit or real shit that they're inundating you with, just constantly just fucking hitting you with
And
that
it's just
shit.
like, why isn't the media then saying, let's, again, the narrative. I think the narrative should be, hey, here's how algorithms work. Here's how your social media feed works. So when you see certain news, You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people can distinguish from clickbait versus like a real article? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're going through a transition right now.
You
It's
know
going to
what?
take
That's very
a
fair.
decade
You
or
know what?
more. Or
I guess here's the analogy. It's kind of like, you know, in the industrial revolution,
mhm.
before we got everything safe, you had motherfuckers falling into the machines. You
Fucking
know,
cutting arms off and fingers
yeah,
and
you know,
stuff.
before we got all safety standards and hard hats, motherfuckers getting hit by bricks and shit.
Yep.
So like,
Shin
you know,
straps and fucking back
Mhm.
yeah,
braces.
yeah. So from a digital perspective, we're in that transition period from like, you know,
Yeah.
from horses to cars. So like, yeah, we got to figure out, all right, roads, traffic lights.
Yeah.
We got to figure out all that shit from a digital way, and
Mm.
it
Yeah.
hasn't been easy.
You
So
remember that what we talked about was that they need the government needs to. This is us trusting the government, but it's no different than when you want you don't want China or some other country to invade
China.
us or Russia. You you would want some kind of like cyber force or something. I know I
yeah.
sound like Trump. You want
You do.
something that like an army that's like, all right, I want to just like if I'm here and I just want to build a website because I want to build a company and my website, whatever it is, I want some profiles and I want users to join in to be whatever company I'm creating. How the fuck
Okay.
am I going to stop,
Can we
Russia
do a
from
search?
going in
Can we
and
do another
infiltrating?
search engine break?
Uh huh. Yeah. Okay.
NSA high schools.
NSA high school.
Yeah, NSA high school, and it should pop something up about how the fuck they're trying to recruit
No, I'm not getting it.
graphic
I get
design. You're not seeing it?
nah. I get NSA students, intelligence, career. See, they're getting you.
Clickbait.
Oh, type,
They,
not
yeah.
no, not type in internship.
Oh, okay. Uh,
It should be
internship.
CNN, or National Security Agency. Maybe spell it out.
NSA high school internship. No,
You see that?
I'm getting
Yeah.
legit NSA students.
NSA hiring security and counterintelligence summer interns.
Yeah. So it's like, how the fuck they get in summer intern
Why am I not seeing that?
cybersecurity? You know what I'm saying? I
Dude,
like
they need everybody. Dude,
I was thinking
this
like,
election is
shouldn't
coming up.
we?
One of
Shouldn't
the
we want like seasoned motherfuckers? We getting like 18-year-olds? Nah, or 17? Nah, I
there's a lot
want.
of programmers that's 18 and
Nah,
16 years old, dude.
you gotta
I,
start young, bro. That's how it works. You need to build a whole army so that
that's
10 years
true.
from now
They're
they're
beast.
way ahead. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that you got to do
Okay.
it that way. That's what Obama was strong at because he knew that early. He was just like, you need to get the youth
Yeah,
and
to
like
start
get
building
these
on that.
people to start voting. We need to get education up. That's how you have to do it because we're way behind, bro. Like
Right.
people just don't get it right now.
But I
But
think
again,
either
yeah.
Andrew Yang or somebody else wanted a actual cybersecurity or something czar, and they spoke about it. Not the last one, but the one the debate before that. And I was like, damn, that's the shit that fucking E was talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah, and
I was
one
like,
of
hell
them
yeah,
said that. And
keep
I was
talking.
like, oh shit, damn.
And then he disappeared.
Yeah,
He
they
said
was
nothing
fucking.
else.
Yeah,
Ah,
nothing else
damn.
came up. Yeah,
I
because
mean,
people was like,
or
shut the fuck up. Yeah, I was like,
Shut the
what?
fuck up. Yeah. He sound like some nerd,
Get the fuck
just
outta
like, bro,
here.
he's
I
speaking
guess
the
it's
truth right
like,
now.
I mean, let Americans can't access online banking or to do work. You just DDS. Okay, a lot of the internet is increasingly depending on Azure, AWS. So you just do D,
Amazon.
yeah. So you just DDoS them, and it's like,
Bro, you got to
oh,
spell out these acronyms. They don't know.
denial
I know.
of service. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like you just have to. I guess you just look
Yeah.
at the risk, and
But
I don't
but
think the
look
risk.
at how many people are going toward Amazon Web Service. That AWS. There's so many companies that are dropping their shit into Amazon. And if Amazon was a direct attack, because if you remember around maybe 10, 12 years ago, they were attacked and Netflix and a whole bunch of goddamn people was knocked off and you couldn't see shit because something happened to Amazon's AWS network.
Yep.
They have too many people on that network right now. They're growing way dependent on one web service.
So it's almost becoming a critical infrastructure. It's scary
Yes.
to think about because you have a
Yes.
single point of failure. But the best practice for data services, data centers, is that it's replicated. So ideally, their shit is tight and they're getting audited, and they're just passing their audits. But it's we'll see.
So, actually, I know about some of this. I don't know how much I can say, but there's
Dun, dun,
so I
dun.
work for a government contracting
Easy.
service, and there's only a limited number of government certified cloud services out there.
It's like 3, isn't it?
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. There's only a handful. I want to say less than 10. Let's just say that because I don't know what it is for every agency. But there's only a handful that are actually approved, and that's the problem. So people are going to aim high, and they're going to go for a company like AWS, right? You see the word Amazon, they're going to jump on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's partially the problem. Is why is there only? Let's just go with 3 or 5. Why is there so few of certified cloud services? Why aren't there more? And I feel like that's partially that problem that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. That people are so reliant on. I mean, maybe they are the best. You know what I'm saying? But why aren't there there should be? I mean, 100. That are just certified and good at it and
something regional,
strong and stable.
How about that? Something regional, so you can be able to say, "Hey, look, we can protect a region." As opposed to the one centralized company that if something goes wrong and a virus goes throughout that, you're totally fucked.
But you know what? It's kind of like I think I vaguely remember this conversation. But you need a government CIO, Chief Information Officer, Chief Technology Officer, and a chief risk officer to sit down and say, well, it makes sense for each agency, diversify, try to limit your risks to say if the Department of Energy has issues, that's not going to impact anything else. So you increase competition among vendors. You maybe have grants so people can get certified in a more affordable fashion. But that has Trump doesn't know about that shit. Well,
but he doesn't really care unless he can make money off of it.
The only thing he gives a fuck about is Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So
and it's international airports. I mean, hotels and shit. Because he stood in front of them, I think, yesterday and said, "I'm losing billions of dollars being the president. I'm losing billions, but I don't care. I really don't care because I'm getting it. But I'm losing so much money." You're like, "Yo, man, then get the fuck out then. I'm good."
I know, right?
I'm good.
Can I revisit an old question? What will history? Well, I guess 1 year later, since I asked this, but the wife Melania, how do you guys feel about her at this point?
I mean, I think nothing. She's
just there. I don't think she's a unwilling
she's not a
participant.
No.
Okay.
No.
I believe she's a participant, but not to the level of making decisions. She's kind of like, look, this is just some bullshit. I didn't really want this, but I'm better than all of these and do what the fuck I want. I think it's got to that point that she's kind of like, whatever, I'm going to take advantage of it. I wanted to be away from it, but now I'm going to take advantage of it.
Yeah. She's a trophy wife. I think she's just like a prop to him. Yeah. I think she was just some model that he married and then,
Unexpected happened.
Yeah, and then she's just kind of like, okay. And she just kind of rolls with it. I don't know what she believes.
Said anything has she said anything last 6 months?
That she really believes in? Because she said a few things. Because remember she was doing the whole bullies.
Yeah, don't bully anybody.
Yeah, but in the last 6 months of 2019?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. She could say, some, Trump isn't a racist and racists can go to hell.
I don't believe it. That's true. We'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I guess I find that interesting because
Buckaroo Banzai,
because it's kind of like there's the extremists and then the person, do you blame the extremists or the person who cooks the extremist dinner? To me that dynamic is always interesting. I mean, shit. Yeah, like the KKK. It's like, dude is foul, but wifey is cool with them. Hey, let me wash your sheets.
But what if she's caught in a situation that she had no choice? You know,
What does that mean?
meaning the Ku Klux Klan said, if you tell anybody or go against me, we're gonna
violence?
fucking
Okay.
And again, you know, there's a survey that went out when they was talking about white nationalists. The one thing that white nationalists have in common, they hate women.
What?
Yeah, they hate women. So
Why?
the protective whites, because they want. Think about this. An old school way of thinking is a woman is subordinate to a man, and right now
On
there's
that level.
too many women that's
charge,
trying to
running
tell
shit.
men what to do. And these white nationalists use the Bible to use
Man.
their, you know, they point over women.
Best person for the job. Otherwise, fuck out of here.
Yeah, but that's who you're dealing with. You know, you can say the best person for a job is black, but they're not gonna hire you. Same deal. But it's that misogynist attitude that is prevalent in the white nationalist community. You know,
White supremacists.
white supremacy. Yeah. So I want to end on the stock market, which dropped fucking 800 points today.
Bye.
And, you know, 300 points ahead and 800 points down because of the administration still fucking with China. And
China.
we're headed toward a recession that people really didn't think needed to happen, even though they knew it was going to happen.
And it's coming.
Yep.
Get
But I
your
wanted to ask
skills
y'all
up.
this. Yeah, this is what I wanted to ask y'all.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he rode the benefits of Obama last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he has to own when we hit this recession? Or who will be the scapegoat? Because you know he ain't going to take the blame.
Well, here's the argument. How can he not own it?
Well, he keeps saying he's not a racist.
Damn, you got me there.
Yeah. I mean, are you asking who's Trump going to blame? Who's Trump going to blame?
Well, I can see the press conference now. We just learned in 2008, in 2009, Obama and Bush met in the White House. Nobody knows this, by the way. The policy that happened and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, okay, I can see him doing some shit like that. China being very unfair, very unfair. It's like spin that shit. And it's like, but again, the media's not going to go at him and be like, no. Like, did y'all watch John Oliver?
Right.
About Boris?
Yeah, a little bit.
The Boris guy?
Oh, in England?
UK. Yeah. So remember he did that shit about the tea? Drink the tea?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they just allow the person in question, you're trying to ask the question like, whatever. They don't go at him. Like nobody's being I need motherfuckers to be gangster. So you're probably right.
So this is what happened, E, because he didn't see it. So they came out here to question him, right?
What's his name? Is it Boris Johnson?
Something. Yeah. And he come out with his robe on with a whole tray of tea, and they was like, we got to ask you, hey, anybody want tea? No, we don't want no tea. But he said, no, it's nice and warm. I know y'all coming out here, and you got a good purpose of what you're coming out to, and I really enjoy. Look, I got different kinds of tea, and they started going, okay, I'll take some. Yeah.
I'll take the tea.
Fantastic. Yo, I can come in and get you some different ones if you want. And the fucking questions stopped. I was like, oh, shit.
It's like they're not being gangster. And like what's crazy about that over there is this is post Brexit. You think they're going hard. Nope. Being pussies. Look, see what happens, you get fucked.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I could just see Trump blaming immigrants. I don't like the whole.
How? Just.
He's gonna say
he's gonna make it up
because he can.
He's gonna say they're invading and they're messing up the
very
farming and
very expensive.
We
gotta cut the welfare. Gotta cut the welfare
jobs and then somehow he's gonna bring up the squad and then which I hate that name, by the way. I don't like, why. Say the names. So
the terrible AOC.
The Democrats, they're
uncooperative.
That's why you need to vote for me when we need to keep
get back in. I was like, no, man, you already got a year to correct this shit.
Time out. has he hired? Has Huckabee Sanders been replaced?
Yeah. Remember, she's supposed to have been gone by the end of the month.
So,
Well,
okay.
she's gone. Yeah, she's. I don't think he's not even doing press briefings. So I
Yeah,
don't
so it
think
really don't fucking matter, really.
Man, the media is being they're being like. Could you imagine if Obama pulled this shit? That's why I'm like, this is so.
But he's a
this is
black
whack,
man, and he wants to be nice with everybody, and
but yeah, he's gonna blame some shit, and I don't think he shouldn't get away with it though, because Americans don't play with about the money. I do know that. I know that much.
I think he only has one thing going for him, and it was the whole. He kept saying the stocks are going up and the economy is good,
well.
and then he's saying how I'm going against China and the tariffs,
China.
and he's gonna keep. He's been riding that for 3 years now. So when that recession hits, which they're saying it will around like January, which is why I think he's holding off on that whole whatever the tariff thing is.
But here's the thing, though. If it's going to affect us, the Christmas shopping period, that's going to destroy him. So they're really scrambling right now to see what they can do, because if that happens and the retail sector crashes during the Christmas holiday buying season, dude.
That's why they're holding off. That's why they're going to delay the tariffs on China until
But the market is scared now, though. The market right now is like, well, here's a recession like we was thinking, because nothing's going to recover like it should. And you'd be like, fuck. So I'm trying to pull all my goddamn stocks out before I lose and shit.
Yeah, so they're going to delay it until December 15th, which, I mean, technically is smart, but it seems like it's not. Like, he created this mess. So he's going to delay it until the 15th so that we can get our shopping in, and then things are going to be a little easier on us. And then, boom, January.
First quarter is going to be fucked up because that's normally slow. Because it's New Year's, so everyone is
slow, and it's slower. So think about it. You already know it's slow, but now it's going to drop like a fucking brick, dude.
Yep. January is coming.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not an economist, and I haven't run models, so I can't say. But
I do play one on podcast, though. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting today because this was self-made on him. He could have rolled this into a slow recession, but it looks like I think the market is turning on him. Like, look, man, you're just doing too many bad things, and China is actually going against us, and they're doing their part to make us look fucked up. And then the Russians is actually going to start just, hey, look, it's time to fuck up the election because
they sitting back.
It was some radiation yesterday.
Oh my God! Did you hear about that? And we saw Chernobyl. Right? Chernobyl is the shit, man. You used to see that show, dude.
Yeah,
you gotta see that show.
Yeah,
but did they test like new nuclear weapons? Is that what happened?
Yeah, they said they was testing some weapons, and then something happened for a couple of weeks, and then they was like, "Hey, we gotta evacuate you for a day, and then you can come back."
Yeah, didn't they ship something? They shipped something off into some island and away up into like North Pole or something. They just shipped something off. I gotta look at it. Was something like they saw the radiation, so they took whatever the fuck it was because it's on it's something near the water. I don't know, and they pushed it out, and it's floating off north away from everyone.
It's just floating away and shit.
I gotta look this shit up. Yeah, it's.
Google
they try to be smart, so I gotta look this up. But I'm pretty sure they're spreading this shit all over the world right now.
Yeah, so all that whole region is fucked right now because it happened, during that same era of fucking Chernobyl. The same shit's gonna happen, and half of the people over there gonna have cancer. Fucking European noses is gonna get longer and shit, and all types of things is gonna fuck up. And it's gonna be because of the damn Russians trying to build up some shit to compete, and now we fucked.
Yep. 2 days after a mysterious blast at a Russian weapons testing range caused a spike in radiation levels in nearby.
They said, "Hey, come back in a day." Like, what is this? Like a argument? Hey, come back come back in the days. You'll be good.
Come back in a couple of days. We'll be all right.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, get on this bus right now, but we'll bring you back tomorrow.
It's sitting in the Arctic Ocean right now.
Ain't that some shit? That's going to burn up all the ice caps and shit.
Oh, man.
Them damn Russians.
Wow. Moscow.
Yep.
No. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, appreciate you coming through. We did a whole lot tonight, and we did a rapid fire on that bitch too. So we went there and then went back and then went back again. But
that's content, baby. That's content.
That's it. Split the content up, but we should be straight. But anything else to add, fellas?
Shit.
I know.
I will not be watching the next debate.
Of course you won't.
Nah, I gotta go down to 4 candidates for me to care.
So there's only 9 right now that's qualified. So it won't be 2 days. It's only gonna be 1, and it's only 9 candidates thus far.
We need to go down to 4 or 5. I can't. It's like the beginning of a reality show. It's like I'm gonna care once the Bachelor gets around to like 4 people or Flavor Flav. That's too many too many them in the house.
What you say?
Yeah,
too many holes up in this one.
I can't keep up.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I need about 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
And they try to get.
They just need 6 or 7. That's what they should.
Yeah.
Stop at Beto or Beto. Whatever.
So
he need to just go. He need to run for Senate. By the way, I don't know.
You know they asking him that. They telling him, look, come down here, run for Senate. Take care of the city. Take care of the city. Yeah. Except for him going around there. This is fucked up. Yeah.
It's like, bro, you tripping. You're not.
He's not ready. He's not ready. I like him. He ain't ready.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's
okay.
Just beat Ted Cruz because they don't like him. You know, and
be in the Senate. Be in the Senate talking shit because you need somebody like him with a real animated and you know.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be focusing on him. They said, "Look at this crazy dude. Yeah. He got so hot. He's cussing on the fucking floor and shit. So damn.
Yeah. Right. He need to run the Senate, and then it's like college, right? And then let him do his thing, and then
go to the pro, go to the league.
Yeah. Then he's gonna be like, oh shit, that nigga.
Oh, look at that 40. He's a beast.
He's a beast. Did you see what he did? He's eligible for the Heisman. What?
I got you.
You know, one of those.
Yeah. He needs a
but
summer league.
That's what I was gonna say. Damn, it's fucking me up. Yeah, did you notice? And this is me. I'm not sure if y'all noticed that, but I really got uncomfortable with all those old white men on the stage, man, with the other people. It was just seems like it was too many on the debate. On the debate stage, all the peripheral white people on the side was kind of like old white men trying to tell you, I'm going to do better for you. Be like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. This is what caused us to get into this. You got all these millionaire motherfuckers and then Bill de Blasio, and they be like, yo, y'all need to just get the hell out of here. It just looked really uncomfortable with them, and you don't really want to hear from them, you know?
Nah, and I just wish, I want people in the media to go hard. So it's kind of like, you know, look, look what's happening in the country. Hate crime is going up. This is going up. You know, why should Latinos, African Americans, Asian Americans feel confident about, you know, let's just go there. So it's like, don't be clapping around like nah, we gonna go, let's go at you.
Well, MSNBC did it, but CNN was kind of like weird.
They were some pussies?
Yeah, they were weird with their shit. They was asking questions so they can attack each other. I didn't like that shit.
Oh, so okay. They're doing this.
He said, she said shit. Well,
so they're doing that kind of shit.
He said that his policies was like that. What do you think about his policy right there?
Craig said, you be coming in for work every day. What'd you think about that? First of all, fuck Craig and his mama.
Fuck Craig and his
Yeah.
So that's how that one was, man. Yeah. I didn't really like how that format was. And it was intended for them to debate each other, except for debating the issues like the first one was. Yeah.
Iowa. I keep telling y'all, just wait till Iowa.
They in Iowa right now with that
exactly
that farm shit, whatever that they do. Man, fuck Iowa. It's Carolina.
Wow.
Carolina, Ohio, Illinois, and Texas.
Those are the big ones. Matter?
Those are the big ones right now. Those are the big ones. You don't get them. Even
So
Florida.
so you're saying Texas is in play? It's
Yep.
purple.
Yep, it's in play. You got too many people down there, and especially with this immigration shit, you got too many people who's like,
So
I'm done.
I think so. I would help if Beto drop out and help campaign.
yeah,
He
exactly.
needs to help. He needs to drop out and help register and get out the vote.
Mm-hmm. Just get the vote out like Stacey Abrams is doing.
Yeah.
She got a whole plan that she's doing right now. She's gonna do it in the southeast, in all of the racist states.
Oh, you mean the Bible Belt?
No, the racist states. You know.
Oh, okay.
Ain't
I
even
thought that
Bible
was the
no
same
more.
thing.
Yeah, I guess you can align them together, right? Yeah. Whatever.
Christ.
Our Savior Jesus. We appreciate it, fellas. Repo. We try to hit you up if you see us every Monday. Repo. Rethink Politics. See ya.